Okay, so welcome aboard, and it's been a little while since we've done this, so we're going to do a bit of a stream from Bournemouth down to Lanzarote and see how we get on. So we're in the A320 and we're going to be using Simbury. We've planned the flight in Simbury, so we're going to get that all into the aircraft and make our way down to Lanzarote. So what we'll do, we've got a version of a checklist that I've done previously, so we'll work our way through that, and it's pretty much there. It gets me in the air with everything done reasonably how it should be. So let's see how that goes. Let's get cracking, get stuck into this, see if we can get in the air at some point. Right, okay, so we want to make sure that the well, hold on. So let's go by the checklist then. So we want to make sure thrust lever is idle, thrust lever is idle, engine master switches are all off, engine mode selector is set to normal, landing gear lever is down, parking brake is set, wipers are set to both off, and so we come up here for the wipers, and wipers are set to both off. Wipers off, and we want to, while we're up here, we can check the battery voltage. So provided it's greater than 25.5, we're in a good place. Batteries 1 and 2 are on. I've got something wrong here where it does change, where they do go off. So ground power is available, so we'll have that on, and I'll put the batteries back on after that. So good, we can hear some things firing up. So APU fire test. So APU fire test is done. APU master goes on. Count to 3. And APU start. APU start. Fantastic. Right, so now what we need to do now is go around and just check that the displays are all nice and bright so that we can see what we're doing. Otherwise it gets a little bit hard to sort of see what's going on. So let's just go and do all of these, turn those up. Now we want to go down to here and we want to put the eCams up, and we want to do the integral lights, The floodlights, let's just get them all on. Oh, I could just get that. There we go. And there we go. Floodlights. So the floodlights on over here as well. And we've got one more to do in the overhead, which is integral lights. There we go. So we'll have everything nice and bright. So that's fantastic. Good. Right. So that's the displays done. And now we want to just check once again that the parking brake is on. Check that lots of times. Flaps are up. Speed brake is down, disengaged. Probe window heat is set to auto. So we go back up here and we look for the probe window heat. So I haven't done this for a few weeks, so trying to find where everything is. Probe window heat is set to auto. So that's nothing shows. That's right. Nav light goes on. And APU bleed goes on as well. Okay, so working our way through the list then. So we want to turn on the Idris. So we go 1, 3, 2. I did change a setting actually, so hopefully these come to life a bit quicker. So that's jolly good. So we're going to work our way through this. Right, okay, back above again then. Strobe light goes on, or to auto. Seat belts go on. And smoking goes to auto. There we go. Nice little chime there. Fire exit goes to arm. Enunciated chest. So let's just check, see all the lights are working. Nice and pretty. Look at that, it's Christmas. And everything seems to be working fine. Dome lights go dim. And that's that. So overhead, upper middle. Anti-ice. So we're perfect today. We don't need the anti-ice for the wings or either engine. Cabin pressure mode select. We just make sure that is not manual. Cabin pressure mode. There it is. Yeah, that's fine. So ditching is closed and landing elevation is set to auto. Aircon as required. Like it a bit cooler in the cockpit, so we'll set that while we're here as well. Bear with me a moment. There we go. Right, okay, so aircon's done. Packs are all on, that's the air conditioning. Batteries charging, so we can go down and just have a quick check here. And go to electrical, and we have activity. Jolly good. Back up to the top, and we want all the fuel pumps on. Fuel pumps go on, and fire test engine 1. Fire test complete. Fire test engine 2. And electrical panel, so we just basically go down and just check that everything is as expected. So electrical panel, ventilation panel, and no white or amber lights above or anywhere really, so that's good. Engine oil we can check whilst we're down here. So we go to engine, and yep, oil looks good. And flight controls, so for flight controls we go here and up, down, left, right, rudder, right, left. There we go. Okay, electronic flight instrument systems we need to now set, so we go up to here, and so the barometric pressure we're going to have hectopascals, that's fine. Set the QNH, so we'll set that with B, so it's 1022. Flight directors are both on, and constraints go on as well. ND is set to arc, ND is set to 10 nautical miles. VOR ADF, so we'll pop that on, and we'll come back to the minute. Landing system is off. Jolly good. Right, altitude increments 1000, so we just want to check what our initial stop height is, so let me just pull up Navigraph for that. So what are we then? So I think coming out of here, we need to be above 1000. Transition altitude is 6000. I think what we'll do is set that for 5000. There we go, very good. And Standby ASI is good. Just check it's got 1022. Standby altimeter, clock, anti-skid nose wheel is set to on. Frequency set and check. So what we're going to do is get the ATC. We'll get AI radio communications.
Ground, TUI 1123 IFR to Lanzarote, ready to copy. TUI 112 is cleared to Lanzarote Airport as filed.
Okay.
Take off runway 26, climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.475 squawk 411.
So weather goes on and switches normal. Engine hydraulic status check. Thrust levers are set idle. Engine master switches all off. Spoilers down, retracted, flaps up. Parking brake set on. ATC transponder is set to standby. Check. Weather system goes sys1. Okay, so now we want to go to the. Okay, so the. We're going to turn the AI guy off for a moment because we definitely don't want the pushback just yet. That's if we can get it at all here. So let's go down. Yeah, so the address has come in much quicker here. So right, okay, so let's just have a look. So engine types as expected, and the navigation is slightly out of date by today's date, but that's fine. Of course, it wouldn't be fine. So right, so we want to go to what we want to do is go to init, and here let's just put in. I'll tell you why I do this, because sometimes it gets confused. EGH, KK to EGKK. Just put that in there. Right, return. Right, so now what we're going to do now is go back and load in the flight plan. There we go. And the reason I do it that way is because sometimes it gets a bit upset. If we go to the flight plan, so we're expecting to come out Domok Basic, and then what I want to see at the end is Turtu. There we go, Turtu. Happy with that. And that continuity problem will fix once we get in the air for that. So let's just go back through just to make sure there's no other discontinuities. No, that's fine. So happy with that. And we're going to get cleared to 10,000 by the sound of it. So we put the initial stop height in as 10,000. So flight plan's loaded, jolly good. And flight plan, we've checked the route, checked the distance. Let's have a look, see what the distance is shown as on the flight plan. Need to come down here and go to flight plan. Okay, and distance is 1,435 miles. Okay, good. Right, so now what we want to do is to do weight and balance. So if we go into performance and not performance, is it? It's Atsu. Weight and balance, send request, fuel load, and what we must do at this point is fire up the fly pad. So if I go to my dispatch sheet for SimBrief, So on my weights and measures, I've got 16.6 apparently. So what we can do here is payload. We need to get about 16.6, so we can do that like that. That's fine. Center of gravity is still good, and fuel. Fuel we should have 11.5. So fuel. That's not bad actually. So that loaded that pretty much spot on. So that's good. Center of gravity is good, so we can close that down. Okay, so we've done that. Rear baggage. So now what we need to do is go back to here, and we go to init. And we go to a fuel weight, so we can click that, and I think that will do that. And fuel planning, block confirm, and takeoff weight, that's good. 73.2, slightly more than what it says, not sure why that is, but that will be fine. Right, so now what we want to do is performance, so we need to go across one more, I think. That'll be fine. Standby instruments, right, okay, so standby instruments are fine, radio set, check, anti-skid goes on, flap set 1. Flight controls check, we've done pitch trim set. So what we're going to do here is go to performance again. I think it's performance, and we need to put the flaps in. So we're going to be flaps 1 slash up 1.2. So up 1.2. Flex temp will be 65. So now we've got all that information, we should be able to calculate the speeds. So VR is 142. Good. That's that done. Pitch trim. So what we want to do now is to set the pitch trim. To up. And we can see this if we go to here, pitch trim is 1.2 looks, so actually 1.1, and that's that number there. So that's good. Pitch trim's done. Rudder trim we can check by pressing that one there to reset the rudder. Auto thrust and autopilot will come on. Flight directors are on. ILS anti-ice has required, FMC cleanup and chocks removed. So okay, so let's go over to the fly pad and see what we've got here. So from sim brief, there we go. So that's good. So we've got a route in there as well. Pushback. I don't think we have a pushback here. I just don't think we do. Okay, so don't know why that's not working. Okay, right, good. Get here, right. So let's go above then. Beacon goes on to tell everybody we're going to start the engines. Beacon goes on. External power goes off. Engine area is clear. Let's have a look. Yep, engine area is clear. And engine mode goes ignition. Engine 2, master 2 goes on. And we basically are looking to watch the engine increase. Very good. Everything seems to be climbing. Just let that do what it needs to do for a moment. Right, okay, jolly good. So now what we can do is get want the checklist back. Engine 1 on. Probes window heat goes on. And so we need to just wait for the engine to catch up. So let's just check that's up at 70. So let's just check that we are actually set at idle. Look, set at reverse. Didn't check that, did we? So I saw that because this should be about 60 something and it was above 70. Okay, stand by to turn APU bleed off. Alright, so the engines are almost where they need to be. And now APU bleed goes off. Anti-ice if needed. APU master goes off. Right, okay, so what we need to do now is engage our radio guy.
Forward with ground, TUI 112 tree with golf ready to taxi IFR.
Pedal brakes go on.
Taxi to and hold short at runway 26 via taxiway golf, golf, 4 golf, golf, 3 golf, golf, 2 golf, golf, 1 golf.
Golf them, basically. Nose light. Nose light goes to taxi. Parking brake goes off.
Golf, golf, 3 golf, golf, 2 golf, golf, 1 golf, TUI 112 tree.
Right, okay, so I need to make quite a tight turn here as soon as we get going. Because we don't have pushback here at Bournemouth. Okay. Yeah, so I've definitely got a problem with my throttle not working as it should. Check the brakes. Weather radar goes on, so we'll do these final checks in a minute. It's all a bit thin here. Pass Golf 2.
123 at runway 26 ready for departure IFR to Lanzarote. TUI 1123 QNH 30.18 with 240 at 8. Cleared for takeoff runway 26. Cleared for takeoff runway 26 to E1123.
Jolly good. So landing lights go on. Wing lights go on. Runway turn off indicators go on. Takeoff memo. So we want to just check that we are good to go. Takeoff config. Weather's didn't do the weather, did I? So let's go back down to weather. There we go. I think that's it. Yeah, weather's done. Train, check for birds. Departure brief. Packs go off. Strobe light goes on. Nose light goes take off. Transponder goes TARA. Okay, rudder trim set, stick forward. Right, here we go. Positive rate of climb. Gear goes up. Autopilot goes on. Come back to climb. Check auto throttle is on.
TUI 1123 contact London Center on 118.475. Good day. 118.4752 Tango Oscar Mike 6 744. London Center to Tango Oscar Mike 6 744 is passing 1,000 feet, climbing 10,000 feet. TUI Tango Oscar Mike 6 744 London Center QNH 30.18 continues still up as planned.
Oh, we didn't set the chrono.